Hey everyone, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and tap the bell icon so that you don't miss out on any of our upcoming videos. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be doing another one of our Q&As with one of our members, and today I'm joined with Mike. I just want to say thank you for joining me on the call today. I know the time difference is a bit substantial. I'm in the UK, and you're in Mexico at the minute, aren't you?
Yeah, in Puerto Morelos, Mexico, it is 3:12 a.m. here right now, Eastern
Early in the
Eastern Standard
morning.
Time. Yeah.
Early, very early. So thank you for joining me.
Of
If
course.
you guys haven't already seen, Mike actually done a testimonial, which we posted on the channel a couple of weeks back. So if you haven't seen that already, be sure to check that out. So
Yes.
let's just start off by if you want to introduce yourself, to everyone a little bit and maybe tell us why you started trading.
Yeah, yeah. So again, I'm Mike, aka FX Dinero. That's my trading name in essence. Trading, jumped into it because it was one of those things where I seen it was financial freedom, the epitome of it, to say the least. Been trading for nearly a decade now. When I first got started, I one of my friends was always telling me, like Mike, you should come hang out with me and Caesar at the Starbucks. I'm like, sounds fun. I'll definitely come join you one day at the Starbucks.
Mhm.
He's like, we're trading. You gotta come check it out. You'll love it. I'm like, all right, all right. I kept brushing them off, brushing it off, and then lo and behold, one day I'm actually out somewhere with some of my other friends, and we are past the Starbucks, and who do I see? I see him. I'm like, oh, what's up? He's like, yeah, he like Caesar's here. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. He like, yeah, we're in here trading. And Caesar drove a Lamborghini, a yellow Lamborghini. So I'm like, oh, this is Caesar's car? He's like, yeah, I've been trying to tell you. I'm
Yeah,
like, oh,
yeah,
okay, okay, let's see what's going on. Caesar's cool looking guy, got the car, got the swag and everything. I'm like, okay, Caesar's nice to meet you, whatever, whatever. Long story short, maybe 2 hours later, I seen Caesar make $2,375 right in my face in a Starbucks. And from that point on, I was like, okay, this is something to be looking at. At
yeah.
that time, it probably would have took me a whole month to make that much money. So to see this guy do it in 2 hours, and he already had a Lambo, this was something I had to take a deeper look into, to be totally honest.
Sure.
And then at this point, I had a little 49cc moped. We're in South Florida in Fort Lauderdale. So every day I'm waking up and I'm riding over to his house before the market opens. They were trading stocks at the time. And I had a pretty large house. His wife would cook breakfast. So not only was I going over there to hang out with my friend, I got to check out the market. I got to eat a good breakfast every day. So that was my routine for like, man, I want to say like 2 summers
Mm,
back to back. And yeah, long story short, we that's when I kind of got my bearings, learning about what stocks are, risk management. Of course it didn't work out, it never works out the first go around.
sure.
Um, but yeah, bounced around from there to like options to binary options, finally found Forex, and the barrier to entry was pretty low, and things didn't work out initially, but I always had that excitement and that desire to really want to learn this. Like,
Sure.
if I could just get the handle of this, the money problem will disappear. I'll be able to make myself rich, all my friends, my family, all of that high flyer trader lifestyle. I was bit by the bug, to say the least.
Sure. I
And
think,
I've been on it ever since.
yeah, well, I think the thing is with trading, because there's so many different routes and options you can go down, it takes you a long time just to find your feet and decide what it is that you actually want to trade. You obviously go through all these different routes. You probably learn from different mentors, and not all the mentors are going to be right for you or suited for you.
Yes.
But it was a similar story with me. I mean, I was at university, just getting on with my engineering degree, and it must have
Hmm.
been one of my friends who he didn't go to uni. He lived in Liverpool, and he was friends with one of my uni friends. But he used to come and see us at university, and he'd always be wearing nice clothes, and we'd be like, what do you do then? He was like, oh, I work
Right.
for an investing company in Mayfair, and I was like, okay, so you want to tell me a little bit more about what's going on in Mayfair?
Right.
And he basically explained to me about what trading is and kind of I saw that, whilst I'm struggling doing exams at university for a
Hmm.
normal degree, sorry, he's got this financial freedom and he must have been a year older than me at the time. And I was just thinking, I
Uh-huh.
really need to get myself into this trading thing. Um, so yeah,
Absolutely.
I think that's probably a similar story for a lot of people. I think you see the lifestyle and stuff with trading, that's what initially catches your eye, but you start to realize it takes much longer than that, and it's
For
not
sure.
a quick
For sure.
process. Um,
And it's just one of those things too where once again, like this is a very interesting, industry where you don't have to put in the same type of work you typically would. You're not selling anything to anybody, and just you can be alone and make money at home. And a laptop is like, tell me more. Tell me more about this trading thing.
yeah, sure, literally. Um, Okay, so in this Q&A, I just wanted you to touch up on a few of the different parts of our pro community. Now, we'll just run through a few of the different aspects, and if you just
Okay.
want to give your kind of personal stamp on each one, just so for the viewers at home, they can
Yeah.
essentially just get a better understanding of the different parts of our pro community and how it's personally helped you on your trading journey. So I know a big one has been our Discord community where,
Oh
our
yeah.
members speak every single day. It's just
Hmm.
it's just great, isn't it? So if you just
Yeah.
want to touch up a little bit on your experience in the Discord and how you found it to help you, and yeah, anything you want to say about the Discord to start off with.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, obviously there's a lot of cool features, but just to surround yourself with like-minded individuals, professionals who've been doing this, and then got a better handle and better grip on the strategy, the process, and everything, all the way down to newbies who, just found out about trading, want to make money online, whatever the case may be. So a wide array of skill levels there for sure. But just being able to ask certain questions, just being able to get responses from people and again, just to surround yourself with other people who are on this same journey as you. You know what I mean?
Sure,
It's like going, let's say, crossing the country from South Florida all the way to California or something. Like you guys are taking the same trip, seeing the same sights, and have and in essence just going to the same destination. So just to be able to speak with other people. Trading is a very, very lonely sport, career
sure,
industry. So just to
sure,
be able to talk to other people even now, you know what I mean? We're on this call. For me, it's 3:20 in the morning. Most people will be knocked out sleep right now.
sure,
But there's people up in the community, messaging, chatting, asking questions, having fun. It's
sure.
it's a camaraderie. It's everything you can pretty much imagine for it to really be. Just to be able to again speak with other people who have the same desires as you. It's paramount for sure, especially on this type of journey, because without it you would end up giving up a lot sooner, to say the
Yeah.
least.
Definitely. I think when you definitely go through the journey with someone else, if we have a bad week, we may take a number of losses. If you're doing that on
Yes.
your own, it might not end the
Yes.
best week for you. You might not have a very good weekend at all. Whereas, and with the Discord, we have a wide range of members. I mean, we have people from younger to much older. So there's a
Right.
huge audience in the Discord. When I actually started with WB, this must have been about 4 years ago now. Um,
Uh-huh.
we didn't have a Discord community, or there might have been one prior to me, but it didn't go very well. Um, and then when I joined, there was no community at all, and I was kind of struggling on my own. I'd always join a
Ye-
call and be asking Tom's silly amount of questions about what am I doing wrong? Why have I got this trade wrong? This and that. Whereas now we've got the Discord community, we can just every day message each other, see how everyone's getting on, and it's just a lot better for support wise, I'd like to think.
Yeah, yeah. And even, somebody might ask a question that, you were curious about too, or you're like,
Sure,
hey, that's a good question. That same thing happened to me. So just to be able to, in a way, live vicariously through others, this is awesome.
sure.
Absolutely awesome.
Yeah, for real. So another part of our pro community is the trading journal. So being able to log your trades, keep track of them all in one place without having to create your own Excel sheet. Don't know about you, but I'm not great at Excel.
Me neither. Me neither.
Even when I have things to do with work, the formulas, I struggle a lot. So
Right.
obviously having this trading journal where you can just keep log of all your trades is very simple and easy to maneuver around. How you basically found using that trading journal and has it aided your trading?
Yeah, so that's a great question actually. I'd say part of like when you're getting on this journey, you think the story I mentioned earlier, the high life, the lifestyle, the nice stuff, the last thing you're imagining in that is a trading journal. Like a journal. How does those two don't go together? Oh, yes, they do. You need to
Sure,
be that's the equivalent of learning how you know that the stove is hot. Instead of keep banging your head against the wall, you got to figure out what you're doing right, what you're
for
doing
sure.
wrong, and how do you bridge that gap. And a lot of struggling or beginning traders don't really realize that the journal is the game changer. That's the difference maker. Um, you got to be able to plot in how you feel, what was going on, even on good days where you had a great day. You want to be able to capture why you had a great day. What did you do well? Like, how did you sleep? What mood were you in? Similarly on bad days, you want to be able to, if something went wrong, what mistake did you make? What can you have done better? All those type of things, and over time, be able to refine your trading with a journal, you know?
For sure,
Um,
for
and
sure.
Excel doesn't really touch on it like a actual trading journal does.
Yeah,
There's graphs and stuff, but like you mentioned, I'm not too good with that. I'm more of a visual person. So I
for
like the way
real.
that the journal set up. You can easily just add in trades. It's super user friendly. So yeah, that's a huge, 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 huge difference maker. And I'm one of those people, I'll be totally honest, actually use it every day. Like every single
Yeah,
day without fail. That's what I do. I love how also like you can just take a screenshot and kind of upload it as well, so you can get a visual of not just your words of what you wrote down, but also like, get a visual and kind of say, oh, okay, I can kind of piece these two things together. So yeah, for me, that's not to sound nerdy, but that's one of my favorite features of the actual pro
me
community
too.
is the journal. Yeah.
Me too. I think, like you were saying a second ago, I think the fact that you're actually able to upload screenshots of your trades on there is
Uh-huh.
really beneficial. Especially your losing trades, so you can go back, check
Yes.
through. It's all
Yes.
in one place. So I really like that aspect of it. Um, but I mean, I think for some people it is difficult. With a mechanical strategy, if you have a certain amount of losers in a week, some people don't have it in them to actually sit there and type all their losers in. I haven't done that every single week. I'll be honest. I mean, it's
Uh,
difficult sometimes. But once you get into that routine of entering, your trades every single day into that trading log,
uh-huh.
you do start to reap the rewards of it later down the line. It's just nice to keep everything tracked and in one place. So then when it comes to year end, you're able to just go back through and just see what went
Yep.
wrong and, touch up on it for the following years. I mean, this is a long run game. So you
Uh-huh.
may as well start early and get yourself in check, essentially.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's just one of those things too where like I'm the type of person where not to say I'll beat myself up over it, but if I do make a mistake, oh, I'm putting it in words. And after a time or two that you keep making the same mistake, it's like, come on, you gotta stop doing that. Like how many you can smell that the stove is hot. You can see it's red. You know it's hot. Don't you feel that burn mark on your finger from last time?
For sure. For sure, for sure.
You
But
know?
just moving on then. We also have our Telegram alerts. Now, we obviously don't push this as the main part of our pro community. We kind of
Right.
advise it to be there if you can't, get to your computer and trade yourself essentially. But nevertheless, have you used the Telegram alerts much? What do you think of them? And yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So for me, I think it's super cool too. More or less for people who maybe have overnight jobs. Maybe they're like packing or doing something and they like can't get in front of the screen. This is a super quick way, have your notifications on. If you got your Apple Watch, it'll come all to your watch the whole nine. And
Yeah, for
yeah,
sure.
just punch in the trades, take entries there, take profits there, stop losses there. Yeah, you can easily just, jump right on and punch in if you can't get in front of the computer. I will look at it every day at two just to kind of see what the overnight range was, what
Sure,
the ATR is, of course, just to kind of match it up to like what I've already calculated, just to
sure.
give that extra step or layer of like security, so to speak. Um, but yeah, and I also love how it's an image there as well, so you can kind of if you are paying attention to it, you can in essence like redesign it, or what do you call it? Like go back and kind of dig deeper into the rationale behind it. Why would you
Yeah.
take this trade? And you can actually learn that way too. Like, once you get off, you can go back and kind of look at the entries and kind of learn from it that way as well. So great for people who can't be in front of the charts for sure. Seeing that I am in front of the charts, again, I just really use it for just to kind of double check my work, so to speak.
Sure.
Um, but the technology behind it and the actual mechanics of it is super cool. I love that it comes out every day like clockwork, Monday through Friday, right at 2
Sure.
a.m.
Yeah, well, I think as well with the alerts, is luckily we're trading on a 5 minute time frame. I've been
Right.
in some alert groups previously in the past where they're trading on a 1 minute time frame,
Oh
and
my God. Have your mind all over the place.
it wasn't the best group to join, I'll be honest.
Right, right.
Um, but that line needs sorting out, so I'm just gonna right then. So as well as our Telegram alerts, we also have our EA or our trading bot. Do you currently use it? Are you considering using it? And what are your thoughts on bots in general? If you have any, I'll be interested to know.
Yeah, yeah. Just like many others in this trading journey, I've been in several trading bot things where, you buy some strategy that's gonna make you 10% a month on the low end and a gazillionaire in 30 minutes, I'm
Yeah,
like,
for
hey, it's
sure.
only $40. I got $40. Let me throw it at it. Yeah, after you do that 10 times, you're looking at $400. So you can't that's typically how it ends up going. So yeah, I've tried tons and tons of those things already. They never really last or go too well, for whatever reason. But yeah, I do currently use the EA. I have it set up on the VPS, so I think that's
Sure.
awesome. Something else that's super cool that I really enjoy is the fact that the Telegram that we were just mentioning, it already has the bot settings. So you can easily punch in the settings, get set up in 15 minutes or less. And this is also great for, it's like an extra step in essence. Hey, maybe you're not going to be at work, so you can't be in front of the screen. Maybe you'll be asleep. So this is a perfect example where the bot can
Sure.
step in for you, execute the trades on your behalf when you can't be in front of the charts. And it's like you were there. And it's actually super, super on point because 99% of the time, the exact trade that I would have took manually, the
Yeah.
EA took. Yesterday we got in at 24.30. That's the exact price that the EA took GU. When I did it on a manual, it took it at the exact same price. So absolutely love the bot. It's super cool that it even comes with it. A lot of different services and companies charge hundreds a month just for the
For
bot
sure.
alone,
Yeah, I
and it's
know.
not even profitable. So you're losing
Yeah.
money on top of paying for something that doesn't even work every month.
No, it's
So
crazy.
yeah, I absolutely, absolutely, hands down, super enjoy the bot. I love how user friendly it is as well. Yeah, it's awesome.
And I mean, for some of you watching at home, if you have any doubts about the bot, a good feature of the EA we actually have is that you're able to backtest it. So prior to even risking any money at all, or if you're a bit worried about what settings you're inputting into the bot, obviously we'll be able to help you there. But if you did want to change around and mess around with the settings, you're more than able to kind of go back test them all first and see how the bot plays out, which is another great feature of the bot.
Nice. Nice,
Um,
nice.
Personally, for me, with WB trading, I think what helped me the most was the coaching course. Being able to speak to Tom whenever I wanted to, as a coach, to essentially just help me on my journey. Especially if you
Yeah.
don't have anyone else to trade with or any other mentor. having these coaching calls went a long way for me. Have you booked any coaching calls in with Tom, or have you had any experience with the coaching calls at WB?
Yeah, yeah. So I actually have same thing here. I feel like he knows the strategy back and forth, inside out, up and down. So
For sure.
even though the strategy's again super mechanical, you can just go through it step by step. Obviously, there's going to be thoughts that you have like, what about this and what about that? It's like for me, my questions were, do we move the stop at all? Do we if news is coming up, do we still trade this? The certain inputs for the DAX if you want to do that. So just those small things that you kind of needed to get tweaked out and want to just get on a
Mhm.
one-on-one personal level. I think those are absolutely great.
Yeah,
Even though it's always good to, ask a question in front of the group because someone else might have the same question, it's kind of a little bit different. You can have that one-on-one interaction. And just to
yeah,
kind of be able to pick someone's brain, especially someone like
for
Tom,
sure. Someone with a
just to
bit
be able
more
to dig
experience.
deeper into it. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
because again, he knows it all. Like can probably take the trades in his sleep. You know what I mean? So
For real. For real. I think with me as well, when you go through the course, you might, because there's a whole load of videos to watch on there, you might just miss out on one or two little things or get the
yeah.
information wrong. With me, when I started, it was actually the ATR rule. I believe I was reading the ATR rule off the wrong time frame. And what I
Uh-huh.
ended up doing, I got a prop firm challenge. I passed it phase one, phase two within about 2 weeks. Don't ask me how. And then I ended up, as soon as I passed, lost every single trade. And I was thinking, this isn't right. This is what's happened here. I
Yeah.
mean, 2 weeks ago, I thought I was going to be a millionaire by the end of it. What's going on, kind of thing. And then, not after having coaching with Tom, I found out he was like, Mimi, you're doing the ATR wrong, or there's just little things that
Yeah,
I might not have picked up on, or you might not pick up on, that having a coach there to kind of get you back on track goes such a long way. So,
for
yeah, the
sure.
coaching course did really help me a lot.
Yep.
Um, and that's pretty much it on the pro community. But just strategy wise, what would you say has been your favorite part about the strategy itself that we trade here?
Oh man, the simplicity of it for sure. I'm one of those if then scenario type of people, and this is
Sure.
exactly that versus so discretionary, like going with gut and
Mm,
like, oh, I think this. Like, no, 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 there's no thinking, there's no emotions, you're a robot. You set this, you set that, this where it starts, where it ends, you add this to it if it goes beyond that, no. If it stays in here, yes. Like that's really it.
for
This is
sure.
actually one of the most simplistic strategies that I've come across that's in my toolbox.
Mhm.
Um, and I think it's great, like literally great for, not just uh traders, but in general, but newbies. Like this is
For
a
sure.
great setup to learn right away, right out the gate. You could theoretically learn this pretty quickly, in a week, 7 to 10 days max.
For
And
sure.
you should have a great handle on majority of it, minus those small nuances.
Yeah, for
Which again,
sure.
that's what the coaching call is for if you do have any questions or to reach out in the group. But yeah,
For
most
sure.
definitely how simple it is. I mean, if you can count to 20, you should be able to to do it. It's pretty simple.
For sure. I think that's a highlight for most people, is the simplicity of it. I mean, when you get into trading, you see all the candlesticks and you start to think, this is a lot. Um,
Right.
we obviously are able to break that down into bite-sized pieces. And then once you kind of get an understanding of how simple it can be with a few set of rules in place,
Uh-huh.
it's crazy how far it can actually take you in trading. So,
Absolutely. Absolutely. And just taking out that once again that emotion, that thought process, and just knowing that hey, over time this will work. You should have a sigh of relief from that alone.
exactly. Yeah, the emotion psychology side of it was a great part of it. I mean, with discretionary trading, it's a lot of second guessing at the best of times, especially if you're new to trading. I mean, I think a big selling point for me as well was when I was watching the webinar to actually join WB trading. Um, Will mentioned about there being like an edge, almost like a casino. And
Uh-huh.
following this set of rules constantly, consistently, every single day, you're giving yourself that edge long term. I mean, you're not going to win every single time, but like the casinos, they wouldn't operate if they weren't going to make a profit at the end of the year or after being open. So that for me was a
For
great
sure.
selling point. It's just the following the mechanical rules, following the steps, and long term letting the edge play out and not have to worry about, having a 90, 100% strike rate. You can afford to take some losses, but by the end of the year, if I'm making 20 to 40% returns, I'm going to be a happy man. So,
Exactly. Exactly. And yeah, it's definitely about that edge. I think historically speaking, the casino only has like a 1 to 2% edge. But as long as
yeah,
the transaction, let's say they do $100 million in transactions, that's $1 million and $2 million. Like simple as that
so
with 1 to 2% edge. So if they can
crazy
make billions, you can give yourself that same edge, in trading. It makes a world of sense. So
for
absolutely.
sure. So, just to wrap it up, just is there anything you would say or advise for us to be improved, or if there's anything you would like to see brought to the pro community?
I'm looking forward to those live trading sessions,
For sure.
It's definitely one thing to have all of the to have the community, ask questions, to have the coaching calls, to have the journal, to have the trading bot, to have the alerts. All of that is great. I mean, the service, the price, everything goes together well for sure. But yeah, definitely looking forward to those live trading sessions, so we can kind of get in there all together, have some fun, talk, and kind of
Great
be able to share
engagement. Yeah,
screens. Yeah, that's the extra level and added piece of like, all right, this is super, super cool. Like,
for
so yeah,
sure.
that's what I'm looking forward to the most.
Sure.
Live trading sessions, baby.
And I think as well, if you're watching this and you're considering joining, we are starting these live trading sessions soon. So if you're new, they'll be really helpful for you to join, on a weekly basis. If you're struggling kind of placing your stop loss, figuring out your ATR, if it's a no trade day or not. So yeah, the live trading sessions will be great. But other than that, I think we've pretty much touched up on the whole of the pro community. I just want to say thank you for joining me. I know it's really early in the morning or basically late at night for you, so I don't want to keep you here much longer. But no, I really appreciate you joining me on the call today.
Of course, anytime, maybe.
So we'll wrap it up there. I'll let you get off. I'm sure we'll catch up again soon, in the Discord or on chat, whenever you want to speak. We'll get something sorted, man.
Sounds good. We'll take it easy. It was great speaking to you. Enjoy
And you
it.
take care.